everyone, welcome. You're watching Business Today Television. I'm Sakshi Batra and this is a special edition on IPOs. You know that the IPO space is clearly buzzing, and another IPO that's opened up today for all the investors is P N Gadgil Jewellers. It's opened its IPO that has opened today, that's September 10th, and this is a jewellery player which offers its shares in the range of 456 to 480 rupees per share, and investors can apply here for a minimum of 31 shares in one lot and then in multiples thereafter if you're a retail investor. And of course, you can continue to bid for this IPO until Thursday, that is September 12th. This is an 1100 crore rupees IPO, and it includes a fresh issue of 850 crores and an offer for sale of 250 crore rupees per share. Remember, P N Gadgil Jewellers offers a wide range of precious metal jewelry, including gold, silver, platinum, and even diamond under the PNG brand as well. It's a Pune-based company that was incorporated in 2013, and it offers the customers of options of having jewelries which are made to measure as well. And ahead of the IPO, we've already seen that P N Gadgil Jewellers has already raised about 330 crores from 33 anchor investors as well. The company has about 33 stores, 32 stores across 18 cities in Maharashtra and Goa, and one store in US as well. To detail for us more about the company's vision going forward from here, how are the IPO proceeds going to be used for, and many more details, I'm now joined by the top management of the company, Mr. Saurabh Gadgil, the MD of P N Gadgil Jewellers, now joins in on the show with us. Saurabh, warm welcome and thank you so much for taking the time out. Well, at the outset, I've given the basic details to all our viewers, but I think our viewers will be most interested to hear from you, your own story. While we've said that the company's got incorporated in 2013, I think it has a long history which you would be in a better position to share with our viewers.
Good morning. It's a pleasure to be here, and on the first day of IPO opening. Like you mentioned, PNG is having a history of almost 20 decades. 1832 started in a city called Sangli, expanded to city of Pune in 1958. It's been a family business, since then. I joined the business in the year 2000 when we had a single store on Lakshmi Road in Pune. And as of June the end, we are at 39 stores across 21 cities in Maharashtra. Uh, the partnership was started in 1958 and it still continues today. We converted to a private limited company in the year 2013. So the DRHP mentions 2013 as the date of incorporation. Uh, but the business started in 1958 in Pune, and the partnership is still alive. When it comes to our positioning, we are one of the most trusted, loved jewelers in the state of Maharashtra. And this I'm saying because we enjoy a great lineage of customers with us for generations. I would say more than 70, 80 years of relationships, three, four generations together. Same with Karigars who are with us for the last 70, 80 years, three, four generations. So I think this is where we stand out as the only organized family jeweler in the country, where on one side we have the legacy of a family jeweler, the relationship of a family jeweler, being able to offer a lot of services like a family jeweler would do, like valuing, repairing, polishing, doing made-to-order jewelry, consulting. On the other side, we are like organized player when it comes to system processes, when it comes to design layout, merchandising, a scientific approach of retailing. So we feel we are best of both the worlds, and this is what people love about us. Um, like you mentioned here, today, is also a very auspicious day. Tomorrow is September 11th, and it's our founder, my grandfather Rajiv Kaka's birth anniversary. So more a special occasion for us because Rajiv Kaka was the one who came to Pune in Maharashtra, and he was the one who made the brand what it is today. So a very special moment for all of us. And again, as we have said that we are today the second largest player in Maharashtra with 39 stores. And the primary reason for the IPO was to further expand the store network. We want to be a 60 store company in the next 2 years in Maharashtra, being the number one player here in terms of stores, profitability, customer experience, and then later on carry a journey ahead to the neighboring states. In this journey ahead, we want to be like following the routes of the Peshwas. So from Maharashtra, we want to go to Madhya Pradesh. From there, Chhattisgarh, Jharkhand, Bihar, UP, and Delhi. So this is where the brand journey has been planned for the next 5, 7 years. And we are confident that today we are at a position where we're seeing strong growths happening over the last 3, 4 years. There's been a strong performance matrix. My revenue per square feet today is the best in industry at more than 6 lakh rupees square feet. My stores do 170 crore plus per store, which again is the best in industry. And I think we have grown at a CAGR of 50 plus percent over the last 3 years, which again is the best in industry. So I think we are really hopeful, positive that we have a great journey ahead of us, and this IPO will facilitate this journey further.
Okay, wonderful. Thanks a lot at the outset, Saurabh, for detailing for us the long history and the kind of commitment that you, as a family, have had to this entire industry and sector for so many years, and the kind of relationships you share with various customers of various generations altogether. That really speaks volumes about the quality that you produce at your stores as well. So now tell us, you've already highlighted that the portion of fresh issue that you're raising via this IPO, some of it will be used for your expansion. You've already said that 60 stores is what you plan to have going forward from the present 39 stores. There is also a debt portion that you would want to retire. So help us understand, after the repayment, what will be the debt on the books? What is the kind of money that you will save as far as interest costs are concerned once you've paid up?
So the fresh issue size is 850 crores, out of which roughly 400 crores is earmarked for store expansion. Our stores typically need around 35 crores of inventory. So for the first 9, 10 stores is what we have earmarked those 400 crores for. Today, my debt is at 250 crores of working capital and 70 crores of term loan. We plan to use 300 crores of the IPO proceeds to repay the debt. Post repayment, we'll be looking at, availing gold metal loans, which will be a hedging tool for us. Gold metal loans typically come at a 5 to 5.5% annualized cost. So this would lead to a 5% savings, roughly for us on the interest side, which will again add to bottom line. And the focus on the studded jewelry is what will be another factor which will help us to further increase the bottom line. So the company is planning to use these mechanisms primarily of expanding store network, using gold metal loans to be better hedged, and focusing more on the studded category to be further looking at better bottom lines, and keep the journey ahead.
Right. When it comes to expansion of your stores, you already have one store in the US. So, will you also plan to expand abroad, internationally in various markets? You've already talked about MP, UP and Delhi as your next stops. But internationally, what is your plan?
So we are one of the first, organized Indian players to start a store in US. This was in 2010. The store in California today is the flagship store, 5,000 square feet store. Today, a lot of organized Indian players are entering US market, and the market's evolving. The market has great potential. So we also are studying the US market, and we would be looking at further expanding more in the country of US, which again has a big Indian diaspora. So that we're also, we are right now in the phase of exploring different cities where we can further expand.
Okay. The other thing that I wanted to understand, financially speaking, is that we've actually seen your earnings. There has been a consistent improvement. You have also highlighted that, you are on a CAGR basis, you've been growing best at the industry level. Revenue per store also, you've been, clocking in better than the industry too. EBITDA has been much better than the industry peers as well. But the problem happens when the margins have been actually been seen as a pain point right now. What is the kind of margin outlook that you would have, looking at the kind of expansion that you have to continue to do and the expenses that you have to continue to do for this expansion?
So fortunately, for the first 2 years, we're looking at Maharashtra, where the store count will be added. So in terms of fixed cost, there will not be too much expense added. It will primarily be investment in stock and the respective overheads for running the stores. Brand building would not be a much a big expenditure for us. So I think the margins would definitely see an increase from where we are today. Today, my gross margin at store level is around 13%, and I think we'll be able to maintain that, or maybe move a little north of that, considering the interest rate savings and the diamond share increase. But beyond that, I think we are for the first 2 years. I don't think we should have any issues with maintaining the margins or further increasing the margins.
Okay. How about, the revenue concentration, which is largely in Maharashtra, like you said, and especially in Pune as well? There is this concentration risk that most of the analysts are talking about. Are you planning to spread this as far as revenue per region geographically is also concerned going forward?
Definitely, the major reason for the
Okay, I guess we'll try and connect back to Saurabh. There is some kind of a technical glitch there, but like you heard from the management on the kind of expansion plans that he has. Okay, I think Saurabh is back. Yes, Saurabh, we were talking about how you're planning to mitigate this revenue concentration risk.
rightly pointed out, Pune is around 65% of today of my revenue, and that's primarily because the flagship store in Pune does 800 crores annually. But as we further move into Mumbai with for the expansion here and in other big cities of Maharashtra, this concentration would come down, and we are hopeful that Pune would be in the range of 40-45% compared to the entire revenue, and that we feel will be a healthy mix for us. Definitely, Pune will top because that's where we come from. But eventually, Maharashtra, the other cities will also start contributing, and as we further expand outside Maharashtra, this share will further go down.
Okay, got it. Now, apart from this, there is this stiff competition that is further, surging in the organized retail space as bigger conglomerates are also getting into the gems and jewelry space in a big way. You must have already seen how the Birlas are getting into it. Reliance is actually now pouring into this space as well. So, how are you planning to look at all of these, competition surge that you will see from bigger conglomerates in the way of protecting your own market share in the regions that you are in and further building that up?
See, I think Indian market is growing at a very good rate. The jewelry market in India today is around 88-90 billion dollars, and which we expect to reach $200 billion in the next 4 years. So I think there is a good great growth, a good potential, and I think there is space for everybody in this market here. There will be space for national chains, regional chains, just city-based chains, state-based chains. So I think that there is going to be enough potential for people to coexist. What's going to happen is that the industry is going to get more and more organized. We'll see a movement from the unorganized to organized segment at a very fast rate. And I think everyone will have to really find a niche for themselves to be able to sustain growth and to keep the customer engaged. For us, the entire focus will be organized family jeweler, and we'll be really focusing more on being like a family jeweler to all our customers, and at the same time being able to be offering them the entire shopping experience like a organized player would do. So that is where we have found the sweet spot for us, and that is something which is really our strength, because we enjoy, like I mentioned before, generations of customers, the legacy of almost 200 years, and that's something which I feel is going to be our strength continuously as we move ahead.
Okay, can you lastly just break it up for us when it comes to your revenue? Do you have your verticals or your product categories where you can tell us, what is your revenue mix at currently between, say, maybe, gold jewelry, diamond jewelry, or maybe some other product categories? And going forward, are you looking to add any newer product categories? We've actually seen a trend. Just yesterday, Senco Gold was on our channel and they were talking about how they're getting into lab grown diamonds, perfumes, leather goods, lifestyle businesses as well. Do you have that kind of a mind frame that you would want to expand into non jewelry spaces as well, or maybe diversify into lab grown?
So we are a fine jewelry player, so there are no plans of entering lab-grown space. There is no push from consumers. So at this moment, we don't have any plans of entering that space. Be it accessories, perfumes, I think there is no company focus right now to really go in that category, because we believe we are a jeweler, a fine jeweler, and a lot of potential, a lot of scope is there for the two in the same line of business. So today, diamond is around 10 to 11% of my entire share of thing. We do a lot of silver, be it silverware, puja articles, silver
Okay.
idols. So
Okay.
that's around 4% of my entire turnover, and then the balance 85% is roughly my gold jewelry business. So that is what we will be focusing on, increasing the silver side, the gold side, and the diamond side. Diamond studded. That's where our entire focus lies on. We do not right now foresee lab grown diamonds or accessories at this point of time.
Okay, and lastly, we've just seen from the budget this good news come in for customers by way of customs duty cuts. Help us understand how has that really helped you see probably a surge in footfalls, and what does that do to the demand in the ongoing festive season which has just started with Ganesh Chaturthi out there, and what is the outlook for the gems and jewelry space?
So I think the import duty cut was taken very, very positively by the entire jewelry manufacturers, retailers, and the entire industry at large. Consumers have been flocking the stores right from the time the duty cut had been announced. August, I believe, has been a great month for the entire industry. We have done sale like never seen before in the month of August. August also the month of Shravan, so Maharashtra had more significance to it. I think rates have also climbed back to the pre-import duty cut, but the market remains strong. People are, in a bullish zone, and people are expecting, further prices to rise up. So they are right now, making their purchases, be it a wedding purchase or purchase for investment. And I think the year looks good. Right now, as you mentioned, is the time for Ganpati. Post that, there's going to be the Navratri, there'll be the Shera Diwali. So I think, and post that, the wedding season. So the year looks good. People's faith in gold, people's faith in investment in the category of gold remains committed, remains strong. So I think we are on track for a good year, and we think the Indian entire consumption, like I always mentioned, as the disposable income goes further up, Indians will spend more and more on jewelry, unlike China where they spend on luxury. So I think the industry is in good shape, in good looking at good times ahead.
Well, on that note, thank you so much, Saurabh, for being with us on this very special edition on Business Today Television. All the best to you for your ongoing IPO and the success on D Street going forward. And here's hoping that we have you soon back once the earnings are also coming in, which will be a more interesting time for our viewers to be watching more detailed view of your company going forward. Thank you so much for sparing your time.
Thank you.
Thank you. With that, viewers, we wrap up this very special conversation from the IPO, ongoing IPO space, P N Gadgil Jewellers that's opened its IPO today. So I hope this has given you a lot more clarity as to whether you should be looking at this IPO as a potential one for your own portfolio or not. Well, looking at that, we will continue to get you such fascinating insights from the world of IPOs and the secondary markets as well. So stay tuned on to Business Today Television. Up next will be Daily Calls that answers all your stock-related queries. Join in soon.
And if you want the absolute Top Gun, there is